I'm going to try to explain how this clutch works. Now, a lot of you guys out there already know this stuff, but for those that don't, I'll try to quickly run you through it. This is basically most of the clutch components here. You got your clutch basket, and you got your inner spindle, clutch spindle thing here. Not exactly sure what it's called, but so basically hello everyone, welcome back to Center Stand Mechanics. My name is Kyle. I hope you all had a really good Christmas holiday season this year, and today I'm still doing a few more things to get the Ultimate Zombie Apocalypse Bike engine ready to put back together. Today I want to do some work to the clutch. I'd actually taken the clutch off quite a while back, and I ended up putting all the clutch basket and the plates and everything into the bucket of evaporust, and kind of forgot about it actually, and dawned on me the other day I gotta start cleaning it up and getting it ready. And so I want to pull that out and address that, and hopefully I didn't leave it in there too long. I'm not sure what that evaporust will do to the clutch plates, like the material. Not sure if it'll deteriorate or what. Yeah, we'll see what else we can get ourselves into as we go along today. Alright, so let's get started. Clutch, basket, and plates on the Ultimate Zombie Apocalypse bike. I took some pictures of what the clutch looked like before I put it in the evaporust. And I kind of actually forgot it was in here for a while. It's been in here probably longer than it needed to be. I'm getting close to almost 3 weeks to a month now, so it's way longer than I would recommend putting it in there. So I don't know if there's any damage to the plates itself or what. I just kind of wanted to see what was in here, but so I'm going to take them out, and they're probably going to need to be rinsed off. There's probably a lot of junk on them still. And so let's just see what's what. Okay, so here's the plates. So I'm going to take them and rinse them off with some water and try to clean them up, and I'll show you guys what they look like. And then here's the rest of the clutch basket and stuff, and this was really rusty, so we'll see how this turned out. And yeah, and I'll bring you back and we'll see what we got here. I've got all the clutch plates laid out here, and I've washed all the evaporust off of everything here, the clutch basket, everything's clean. And you can see up close here that these plates are actually still quite usable. If you look, you know, there's still plenty of material left on these plates. These here need to be cleaned up just a little bit more. There's still a bit of rust on here, and they feel kind of rough. So okay guys, so this is what I've come up with. So if you look closely at this one, I just ran this one through the belt sander. I wouldn't recommend normally doing this, but because it's the ultimate zombie apocalypse bike, we're trying to refurbish these plates the best we can. Normally I would just go out and buy a new clutch kit and just replace these, but so what's happening is these were left, you know, to rust and corrode for so long that they're quite pitted and rough, and there's these rust deposits on here, and I'm trying to take them down and get them smooth again. If I don't, it'll wear out these plates quite fast. So I'm just trying to, you know, make the best out of it here. Again, I don't recommend doing this. It's only for experimental purposes. And so what I got going on is I've got my belt sander here, and so it's kind of a crazy process, but it's what I got. So you lock the trigger on. Yeah, so I'm just trying to, you know, get this corrosion ground off, but I don't want to make these too thin, obviously, because they'll get weak. But it seems to be doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to do all these steel plates like that, and then we'll bring you back when I got them all done, okay? Well, that was fun, cleaning this stuff up. I was originally going to use the wire wheel, but I found it wasn't strong enough to cut through all this rust, so I ended up using the belt sander upside down on my vise right there. And that was quite a dusty operation. Not to worry though, I used my respirator while I was doing it. But yeah, so I'm going to try to explain how this clutch works. Now, a lot of you guys out there already know this stuff, but for those that don't, I'll try to quickly run you through it. This is basically most of the clutch components here. You got your clutch basket, and you got your inner spindle, clutch spindle thing here. Not exactly sure what it's called, but so this basket sits on here like so, and it's geared to the crankshaft right here. So if you turn it, the crank turns, and then inside, so it spins on the outside of this shaft, but this shaft also spins independently, right? So you got two things going on here. You got this one spinning on the outside, it's just riding on the outside, while this one is turning independently. This one's connected to the transmission, right? So, and it's keyed in such a way that it sits there like that. So you got this outer piece, and they spin independently from each other. So this would be the engine side here, right? Spinning the crank, and this would be the transmission side. So what you got here is these plates. They fit here. So these ones are keyed into this outer basket part that's connected to the engine side, right? And then you got these plates that I just cleaned up on my belt sander. They go in there, and then they just go, you know, one, and then the next one's like that. And then these little splines here in the center clip onto this thing here. You see how they go in? And that's how it's connected to the transmission side. Like so, okay? And then you keep going until you build this all the way out. And I'm not going to put them all on, but you get the idea. So these steel plates here represent the transmission side, and these keyed ones, here, I'll grab one more. And these keyed ones that are keyed on the outside represent the engine side. Okay? So this still spins, right? And so the engine's independent from the transmission. And then you got this piece that goes on over top. It's not fully together. There's more plates to go in, but I'm just sort of mocking this up so I can show you how it works. And then you got these spring bolts here that go on, and when they're tightened down, you know, you put them in all the way around. Here's one more. And I'll turn that one in. Let's say you got them all installed, right? So there's 6 of them, and then you go on. So then this is being pushed against the plates from spring pressure, okay? And that keeps the whole unit together as one. So that's normally how, when the engine's running and you had, say you had it in neutral, it would be turning the transmission as well, but you'd be spinning only half of it because it's in neutral. And that's how that works. And then when you pull the clutch, actually this hand here, you pull the clutch in, and there's a mechanism on this side of the engine that's on a cam, and it pivots and it pushes a rod through the engine. Okay, I'll take this off again. Okay, and if you look, the center of this is hollow, and let me see if I can find, and you see how this is hollow, so the clutch rod comes through the engine, right, and that pin pushes on this plate and spreads it out, and that allows these plates to spin freely in between each other, and that separates the engine side to the transmission side. And that's basically how it works. You let go of the clutch, this rod backs off, allowing the springs to clamp back down on the clutch, and then the clutch is engaged. But as soon as you pull the clutch in, it spreads this basket out through this rod. It pushes on the back side here, right there on that. You can see where it's kind of worn there in the center. And yeah, and it spreads out and allows this to turn, or it's actually the engine side will turn. This will stay stationary, and that's how that works. So, you know, and they're all pretty much like that. Now this is what's called a wet clutch. There are dry clutches and stuff, mostly in automotive. So yeah, that's how that works. We'll show you again here how it basically goes on. So this one is connected to the engine, this one connected to the transmission, and it sits inside here. And then you basically just weave these on like one of these, and you go for a metal one, and then another one of these, and then a metal one, and then another one of those, and then you sew on, and you just build it out until you got the whole thing built out. this one, and then the last one is this surface here. So that makes up your last metal plate, and then it goes down here like so. And then the whole thing is clamped together with these here, right? So that's the whole entire clutch basket put together. Okay, and then this here goes on the engine like so, on that shaft. So yeah, pretty neat system, but I'm not ready to put it on yet, so I just wanted to show you guys, if you haven't seen that before, how that works. And again, the first metal plate is this surface of the hub here. So you got this surface and then this one over here. So pretty cool. So I'm going to put these away for a bit. I'm just going to give them a little bit of oil, just so they don't rust up on me. I'm just going to check the measurements on this cylinder here. This cylinder walls look really good. They're almost perfect, actually. I will give them a light hone, just because we're you know, reinstalling the rings and everything. So all the measurements are looking pretty good. I think before I go any further, I want to give these a light hone, and then I'll come back and just check the measurements again. I'll check the ring gaps and see if we're still okay with all that, and then I'll go ahead and install the rings onto the pistons and check the gap between the ring and the land, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to set this up on my vise and get out my hone, and we'll get that going. Okay, so I got my hone in the drill, and I've got the cylinders propped up on my vise here. I'm just going to give it a shot of WD-40. And then we'll just give this a light honing, because they don't really need much, because they're in pretty good shape already. Okay, so here we go. Shot of oil here. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so I'll just do the other one real quick. I'll just repeat the process on this one. Give it some more oil. Okay. Looks really good. So I finished the honing process, and these cylinders look really good now. I just touched them up a little bit and they look absolutely perfect. Really happy with the way they turned out. You can see some good cross hatching in there. And yeah. Yep. Yep. Very happy about that. Yeah, 75.06, 07, 06. .05. 75, 75.0304, something like that. .07. 75.0504. Okay. Let's check this top one again. 75 middle. 75.06, 04. Yeah, and then this way, yeah, 75.06. Yeah, 75.06. So pretty consistent. Yeah, pretty consistent. Yeah, pretty happy with those results. 74.97. .97 exactly. So they're both exactly the same. And that gives me 0.05 clearance roughly, which is what you want. So yeah, I think that's pretty good there. Just gonna quickly check the ring gap again. So 0.55. It's all within spec. Yeah, so between 0.55 and 0.6. So yeah, nothing's changed there. That one's tight. So 0.55, I'll check it against the 0.6 or the 0.6. Yeah, so it's 0.55 on the top ring. And the second ring. For the 0.55, just barely fits. So 0.55, yeah, so everything's good. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, so I think I'm finished measuring up those. So I'm just gonna give them a little spray down so they don't rust too much. Oof. Okay, so now I'm gonna put these rings on and then check the gap on the lands. So we'll put this oil ring on first, and then put the little side ring on next. And you gotta be careful with these, they will break. I've had them snap before, but better have it snap now than later. on this XX 650 engine, they've got the second ring down is a little bit thicker than the top ring. Probably won't show up on the camera, but you can just feel the difference. Like this one just feels thicker than this one, and if you look closely at the groove here, it is slightly bigger, just by a little bit. So check. There's a little bit of engraving, a little R. So I'm gonna put the writing up, and we'll just feed the corner in there, and just work it around nicely. Make sure it's going in there. There. There's that one. I'm just checking to see if there's any writing. It looks like I really can't see any markings on this one. Well, so the top ring says in the book it's supposed to have a gap of 0.04 to 0.08. .08 just fits. 0.9. 0.9 barely goes in. I'll go for 0.10. And 0.10 won't go in, so it's basically at the top of the top ring has a maximum of 0.08, and I can get the 0.08 in. The 9 is really snug, so it's at the top of its clearance, so that's okay. And then the second one is 0.03 to 0.07, so 0.5 goes in. Zero 0.6 is too tight. Okay, so the 0.6 won't go in. Let's check it over here. Yeah, so 0.5 looks like the one that'll go in. Yeah, I can just get the 0.5 in. Okay, and that's in spec. So by rights, that one should be good. The oil ring is goes by visual inspection, and I know that this piston and rings came out of the engine, and I kept them, organized properly, so I know that this one will work. And then we'll go on to this one. Perfect, all in spec. Okay. Everything's in spec on these. Yeah, so I've measured the gap, I've measured the bore, and I've measured the gap on the ring and the land, and yeah, everything's looking really good here. So we'll should be able to install these pretty soon. Yeah. End the video there. Just wanted to show you the clutch and how I was making out with it, and maybe explain to some of you guys that have never seen that before, how it works. And I just wanted to measure up my pistons and get the rings installed on them. And yeah, so things are moving forward slowly but surely. I'm going to be pretty close to putting the engine together here soon, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you all had a really good Christmas, and we'll see you again really soon. Okay, Center Stand Mechanics out.